and talk about the projects. So first of all, the teams will be assigned by me by September 1st. And that date is relatively firm because that gives you about a week before your first assignment is due. Now, if you have specific people that you want to work with, you're welcome to email me. Um, I will try my best to accommodate your requests, but sometimes this is hard. And my goal here is to have people work together with very different backgrounds, because having this different, not only a technical background, but also life experiences really enrich the innovation process. And I want you to get the experience of working in a remote team. So one of the goals of this class is for you to have the experience of working as a startup, as a small team in a startup innovating for something. This is one of the big goals. Having that experience and thinking how to think through these problems is one of the skills I want you to achieve at the end of the semester. The project deliverables will be team presentations, again on Zoom, which are assignments 2, 3, 4, and 6. And I'll talk more about it later. Assignment 1 is relatively simple. You have to pick a team name, be creative, and a remote work plan that we talked about before. And assignment 5 is the business canvas, which we will learn how to do later on, and a video pitch. I'll talk more about this. So what sort of projects are possible? First of all, let me stop here and say, if you are excited about something, this is the most important project from my perspective. If you are passionate about something that is, of course, relevant to either energy or optics, and if you don't have optics right now in a particular problem that you're excited, it's fine. We can talk about it, okay? So these are just some examples of problems that I'm particularly interested in. That doesn't mean you have to pick these. And we'll talk more about this in the next 2 lectures. Can we improve solar cookers, which are not heavily utilized, but could we innovate to make them very heavily utilized around the world, especially in the developing world, to reduce not only reduce the cost of fuels, but also reduce emissions and reduce green, hopefully make an impact on climate change. Solar water pasteurization, solar water desalination. We'll talk a lot about water. To me, water is a very, very interesting area of where innovation is definitely required. And living in Utah, we all know how important water is. Refrigeration, using sunlight. Daylighting, which means can you take light from the sun, from the outside, and somehow utilize that to illuminate office buildings, which is a fairly big, very lucrative industry as well. 3M is a very big player there. Solar water heating, which is very, of course, very, very big in many parts of the world. Photovoltaics, obviously, optics and recycling. And that's, we have a whole lecture devoted to that, for instance. What happens when you recycle plastics or glass or aluminum? What role does optics play? It turns out optics plays a very, very crucial role, and we'll try to learn that and hopefully understand ways of innovations there. And again, others that you're welcome to propose as well. I want to emphasize one very important thing. Although this is an engineering class, so we'll think very deeply about technology, so it's a deep tech class. But it's very important as engineers for us to appreciate all these other things that are important for an actual real-world application. These include cost, durability, storage and space requirements, cultural factors. If you have a solar cooker, is the taste of the food that's made, cooked using the solar cooker still good? Ease of use, climate conditions, and finally, of course, a business model. What we are not interested in is not to make a donation. We want to have a sustainable business model, so which we know is a very powerful model for dissemination of technologies. I mean, a cell phone is a very clear example, right? We'll talk more about this later on. Let me say a few more things about the assignments, which constitute 80% of the grade, the team assignments. So assignment one is the written report with team name and plan for remote work. This is a relatively simple plan, just an agreement between your teammates that this is what you will do. This is how you will work together for the rest of the semester. And you commit to this effort. Okay? That'll 5%, and it's due on September 8th. Assignment two is a Zoom live presentation of literature review. I'll give very specific instructions later on, but basically you'll be discussing the pros, cons, comparisons, overview of existing technologies. Comprising 15% of the grade due September 15th. Assignment 3 is Zoom live presentation of your innovation. So this is the result of your brainstorming session, something I'm most excited to hear about. Here you can be bold, be creative, take risks. You'll constitute 15% of your grade. It's due on September 29th. Assignment 4 is Zoom live presentation of technical details of your idea, build out demo, simulations, analysis, costs 15% of your grade. And the third, assignment 5 is written report, the final business canvas and video pitch, 15% to November 17th. Final assignment is the Zoom live presentation of business plan, commercialization plan, constituting 15% of grade, 2% of third. Again, section 90 teams will submit videos or presentations. Assignments 5 and 6 are special because engineers are not used to thinking about this, but it's very, very important that we think about this, because this is the only way we can get out innovation out into the real world. So submission materials for assignment 5 are business canvas. We will learn how to do this. A less than 3-minute video pitch where you can be creative, can be a product demo, elevator pitch, slide presentation, etc. Again, I'll give better, more detailed instructions as we go along, but I just want you to get a picture of what is expected in this class. Requirements for presentation assignment 6 are business plan basic sections. Again, we will learn this, including all these topics: opportunity, go-to-market strategy, market industry analysis, technical product description, risk, economics, and team. Helpful resources we provide along the way. Each team will be assigned a commercialization mentor. You will be accepted to Zoom meet with your mentor. This is outside the class schedule, and take a real advantage of the opportunity to interact with these mentors. So the key reason for the mentors is to practice your presentations and get feedback on the business canvas. Mentors will provide valuable feedback and guidance and take advantage of their insights and expertise. Zoom meet for 1 hour each during the weeks of October 27 and November 10th. So here you make the first version, here you make the second version, making the improvements between them. Okay. And again, each team needs to coordinate the meeting